Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, YouTube. Don't change something about yourself just because you believe others will like you better that way. Now, I have to be careful with the way I say this because I'm not telling you not to improve yourself. Like, if you have a flaw, if you have something that you need to work on, by all means work on it and fix it. But don't change something about your personality simply because you believe others will like you better a different way. If you're a more reserved person, if you're more of an introvert like myself, don't force yourself into social situations with friends just because you feel, oh, they'll like me more if I do this. This is a big one here, is don't fake something like that because you are attracted to somebody and you want her or you want him to like you better. Now, by all means, sometimes you will need to get out of your comfort zone to, I guess you'd say, to expose yourself to somebody, or you have to get outside your comfort zone if there's, if there's a girl you like and she likes some hobby. If you don't really enjoy it, but you go there with her just because you think, hey, that's what she's gonna be, this is how I can get to talk to her. There's nothing wrong with that, but it becomes wrong when you act fake about it. When you say, oh yeah, that's my favorite thing to do in the world, even when it's not. Because that will get she could like that false part of you, and then when it comes out who you really are, that you really don't enjoy that thing, that could cause a lot of problems down the line in a relationship. And it's the same thing with friends. For instance, if you're more of an introvert, if you don't enjoy doing things, if you don't enjoy going to parties, if you don't enjoy going to big social events, don't do it only for the reason of them liking you better. Like, it's one thing if you want to get out of your comfort zone, there's no problem with that, but don't do it simply because, oh, they're gonna accept me more. There's a saying, and let's see if I can get through it the first time, that goes, I'm not who you think I am. I'm not who I think I am. I am who I think that you think that I am. Now let me try to say that a bit simpler, a bit more coherent. It's that I'm not who I want to be, and I'm not who you want me to be. I become who I think you want me to be. Like, I try to change myself into what I think other people want me to be, not what they actually want and not what I even want. And in doing that, you can create a very distorted version of yourself that you hate and that they'll end up hating because it is so fake. God has created each one of us with our personalities. Like I said earlier, there are certain things which you can improve in yourself. If you're always a jerk to people, I'm not saying that's part of your personality you shouldn't improve. That is by all means something you should work on. But you shouldn't be working on it simply to make others like you better. You should be working on it because you should fix it. You should be working on it because it's a flaw in your own life, and you shouldn't be fixing it because of really a specific person or a specific group of friends liking you better. You should be fixing it because it's the right thing to do. It's very easy to fall into fixing parts of yourself only for specific people or only for specific reasons, and missing the whole picture of it, missing why you should be fixing yourself in the first place. It can be very dangerous when you do that, because if the only reason why you break an addiction is because of a girl you fall in love with, well, all of a sudden, if she stops liking you, or if you find out she never liked you the whole time, you're gonna fall right back into that addiction, because your only motivation for doing it was that one person. And that's why, unless we put God as the cornerstone in our life, unless our reason for doing things is to glorify Christ, it'll end up falling apart, because everyone else is a sinner. Like, we're all sinners. We all are going to disappoint people. Your parents are going to disappoint you. Your spouse will disappoint you. Your friends will disappoint you. Your children will disappoint you. Everyone will, because we're all sinners. It's not that you don't improve things of yourself for other people, but don't make that your only reason for improving yourself. Don't put someone else on the position that God should have in your life. Because when you do that, your foundation will be very fragile. And like I said, if you overcome an addiction simply because of someone you love, if you realize those feelings aren't mutual, you're going to fall right back into that addiction, and you may even go in it farther, because then you're going to be discouraged, thinking, oh, yeah, they don't love me, so forget this, I'm just going to go full force back into my addictions, I'm just going to do this because it doesn't matter, and you'll end up worse than you were before. Make sure to check your motives with whatever you're doing. Don't only do things for people. Make sure to keep God keep God in front of everything else in your life. And when you do that, I truly believe that stuff will fall into place with other people. When you put God in first place, everything else will fall behind it. Not the way you may have figured, not the way you might have wanted originally, but it will fall in place greater than you could have imagined. So, like every video I get talking about, just, you got to keep God first in everything you do. When you don't, it will create so many problems that you can't even consider. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say today. So, I was going to head outside and record this video out in the trees or just taking a walk in the park here, but it is 43 degrees out there, and I like to keep my nose intact and my fingers. I like my fingers a lot, so I didn't want to freeze out there. Anyway, Lord willingly, I will see you all later. Good morning, good afternoon. Nah, that was not even a clap. I hope you're in someplace warm right now and not outside because it's cold. And if you're watching this video outside, what in the world are you doing? Why are you watching this video outside? Why are you doing this? Go inside where it's warm. Do something warm. Have some hot chocolate. Apple cider. I was gonna say apple cider. Have some apple cider. Apple cider is not supposed to be warm. Warm apple cider. I don't know. Is that a thing? I've always thought of apple cider as being cold. Guess you could have warm apple cider. I don't know. What am I even talking about right now? I always get off on these rants where I just ramble forever. Like one of these days, I'm gonna upload one of these video clips that are just completely unedited, and you're gonna see how much of a absolute psychopath I am when I'm just talking to myself for 20 minutes to the camera when no one else can hear me. Good morning. Good now.